We're heavy attacking on a stam sword and are almost one-shotting people. How is this even possible? Hey guys, it's Dan and welcome back to Unified Gaming. Now in this video I'm going to share with you my crushing build. This is a Stamina Sorcerer PvP build for the Elder Scrolls Online and it's a heavy attack build. This thing is silly to play but really fun at the same time. I'm going to go through and show you the skills, the sets, everything you need to know to make this, so follow along carefully. And if you like what I do here and you'll see more builds from myself, then make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss out. But with introductions out of the way, we're just going to jump straight to it. So what are we doing race wise? Well, I'm actually a Nord on this build. You can use a Nord, an Orc, a Dark Elf, all of these are great races. They all give you slight benefits, but the race isn't massive on this one, so whatever you have, just use that. As with kind of our character sheet, we are using 16 points in health and 48 in stamina. I then put the Serpent Mundus on, and this is personal choice. You can change this to the Lover or the Warrior for more damage, but I personally like the extra regen. That's just personal choice there. As with our food, we are using Bewitched Sugar Skulls. This is a staple for most PvP builds nowadays. If you don't have this, just try that food can work. It's not as good, but this is better. So get this if you can, basically. As with potions and stuff, you probably know it already, but it's Tri-Stat potions. It's the staple. Their health, magicka, and stamina, they're great for all situations. Alternatively, you can use Essence of Movability. This is health, stamina, and mage intellect. You can also get CC immunity as well. So these are really good potions here. They're really expensive, but these are really, really good. So you can get them with like stamina or magicka. There's different versions. So just get one of your choice, basically. As with the skills are quite interesting actually. I'm using Steel Tornado. From testing this, Steel Tornado is just easier to use. If you use Whirling Blade, you get more damage. So that's the other option for even more damage, but I prefer Steel Tornado from testing this. Personal choice. We then have Crystal Weapon, and this is what makes this so powerful. With the Crystal Weapon, we have a 13,000 tooltip, which means when we do a heavy attack, this basically lands as well. So the heavy attack hits hard, this hits hard as well. We have Streak for even more damage, so when we streak through them, which I do often stun them, we then get the streak damage and the heavy attack and the Crystal Weapon. You can then use Bound Armors. This gives you extra stamina for being slotted, and it also gives you more just light attack damage, which is helpful. One thing that's really useful is when you cast this, it's something that would like daggers around you, and you actually proc it. The daggers actually proc the expert stamina passive. You get more max health. Just a little tip there. A lot of people don't know that. We then have Camouflage Hunter, and I use this for major savagery and also critical chance rating. The big one though is the Minor Berserk. That's really helpful. It's just 5% more damage, which when we do our combo, we proc it so all of our attacks do 5% more damage. So really useful there. For the ultimate, I actually use Summon Charge Atronach, not by choice in all honesty, but because I haven't leveled up my skill lines fully. All of the gameplay you can see, the build is not finished, but I wanted to get it out there as I've been asked so many times about what am I doing. So if I had to change it, what I would honestly run is Dawnbreaker. I just don't have it unlocked. So yeah. Alternatively, you can run is the Power Overload. It does work, but it's just a bit buggy to cast. So your mileage will vary with that. If you don't have any of those, I just use Summon Charge Atronach as a plan B, and it does work okay. For the back bar, we're using Hurricane, Dark Deal, Resolve and Vigor, Critical Surge, and Rally. Critical Surge is just nice because it heals us as we do damage. So when we're in melee range, this is hitting people, we're healing, we've got about a 30% crit chance on our stat page, so that's decent. Rally as our burst deal, this is really helpful and it's sustained. With Rally, I have 1700 stam recovery. That is loads for a stam salt, but I found that with Steel Tornado costing so much, and then Crystal Weapon and all these skills added in the combo, we actually need that sustain. So if you are more accustomed to less sustain, you'll be fine. You can just change the mundus as we've said. Now for the skills all that stuff's covered. It's quite straightforward. We're not a werewolf, we're not a vampire. You can go as a vampire stage 2 or even stage 3 for undeath, for more mitigation. If you are too squishy, that is an option there. But set-wise, what are we doing? Well, just a quick disclaimer, this is a little bit cheesy and it really stacks carefully with with what we do. They all stack together really well. This works mainly in Battlegrounds, but it can work in Cyrodiil in a group. But just do know that this is mainly for Battlegrounds or Imperial City. We are using Ashen Grip. We have Nirnhound and Sharpened. You can have Sharpened, Shock and Disease. I found were the best two. Ashen Grip is really nice for its health, damage, crit, and then when you do melee damage, you proc Ashen Grip. That does 5,963. This works with light, medium, or heavy attacks. So that's just almost 6,000 damage there. You then use the Fetish Hands Maul. This is now 11,600 on top. So this can also proc with Ashen Grip, which is really strong. I then have one Bloodspawn. This is just stam recovery. Most of my pieces are medium in all honesty for just stam regen and just also more damage from the passives. You can use heavy if you prefer though. I then have Deadlands Assassin. And this is a brand new set in the Blackwood chapter. This is really good if you ask me. It's not good for the proc, it's good for the damage. It's damage, crit, 200 damage. So like you've got damage, stamina, damage. It's like 400 odd damage. It's like Moon almost. Really good. And you get a proc as well. When you do damage with a heavy attack or partial medium attack, you throw damage out doing 6,700 damage. If they're below 50% health, you get a big proc. It has a really high cooldown. So this is great for that. You go in, you hit one person, you kill them, you streak away. Recharge, come back, do it again. As you're doing this, because it takes so long to recharge, you'll normally reposition in, casting things like Hurricane, bound armaments again to get them back up. And what happens is your frenzied momentum is then ready to go a second time. And as we saw, that was a tasty 11,000 proc, so really good. We then use just Ashen Grip and Deadlands throughout. It doesn't matter about the loadout in all honesty. I use 2 heavy, 5 medium. I then have Deadlands ring and neck infused weapon damage, and I'm using Malakath as well. I tried this without Malakath, and in all honesty, it was better with Malakath. And you're probably thinking right now, you're using Crit Surge, Dan. You need to crit to activate this, and Camouflage Hunter, you need to crit to activate this. Well, they have changed Malakath. It increases your damage done, but it decreases your critical damage by 50%. What this means is that when you crit, you get no bonus damage anymore, unless you have extra boosts as a Nightblade or Templar, for example, or CP. So this means you can still crit, and even if your crit chances, but your crit damage is just negated fully, it still crits, which means you can proc Crit Surge, can proc Camo Hunter, so you can get all those still, even with Malakath. And this does buff your proc sets, and that's why I'm using it. If you don't have access to Malakath, you can then use Deadlands here and just change this to a set of your choice. I liked Engine Guardian, great sustain, line of sight, gets in the way of people, it's really useful. Alternatively, you could use things like Balorg, you could try things like Storm Fist, this is actually quite useful. You could even use things like, I don't have it on me, but Balorg, that's really good too. But there are the sets, guys. As with the champion points, for the blue ones, I am using Untamed Aggression, Wrathful Strikes, Deadly Aim, and Fighting Finesse. All of these just really help our damage, basically. As for the red ones, we are using Survival Instincts. This is really great. When you get hit with a status effect, we get 25% cost reduction. In PvP, this is all the time, so this is always up. It's really, really powerful. We have Bloody Renewal, which is a PvE one. You can change this if you want. I've left it as kind of a flex spot, but you can take it off. I would use Juggernaut, Rejuvenation. There's one up here that I really like, which is Bastion. This is really good against sorcerers. It gives you more damage to shielded targets. Juggernaut is great for CC, just damage mitigation. I've left the fourth slot kind of up to you. For me, I really like Bastion for just more damage. But if you don't want that, you can get any of these around here, which are all really good. The Hardened is a great one to have in all honesty. Saves you a lot of stamina. You could even go with Founder's Vitality or Armor. There's lots of choice for the last red one of your choice. For the green ones, these are just general flavors. So icon with all speed basically, and food lasts longer. That's it. But that's the CP in a nutshell. And that there is actually the build. What is really special about this is that it all lands at once. So when we do our buff up, we cast Crystal Weapon, we then streak, we turn around as we streak, charge Heavy Attack, Crystal Weapon still on, we let go of the Heavy Attack just before it runs out, and then we do Steel Tornado. If you have Whirling Blade, that also works as well. And what will happen is that you will proc every single time Ashen Grip from this combo, which is 6,000 damage there. You will proc the Deadlands Assassin, which is almost 7,000 damage. And if you have Frenzy Momentum, you will also proc that too if it's up, which is almost 12,000. If you don't have that up, you will still obviously proc the Crystal Weapon, and you'll also proc, let me just put on, you'll proc the Crystal Weapon, and you'll also proc the Spin to Win, the Steel Tornado, plus the streak damage. So you get loads of damage really fast at once. And if they don't die, you just do a second Steel Tornado and you're good to go. And then to any sustain issues, we just slam Dark Deal between fights. So that's why this works really, really well. It's a really fun build to play. So let me know what you think of it in the comments. I know it's a bit cheesy. It took me about a week to kind of just play around with it. So the past 3 or 4 days I've been testing, get it how I want. So you will need to try this for a few BGs to get used to the play style. If you have questions though, then let me know in the comments and I can answer as best I can. Or you can join my Discord where there's 800 people or so. Really chill, really relaxed. You get help for builds and stuff. I'm there obviously, so all that stuff's down below. And before I wrap this one up here, I'm gonna say a massive thank you to Patreons. Like, their support allows me to make these videos. So if you want to see me make more videos, get access to them early and all that good stuff, there are details down below, so you feel free if you want to, but you don't have to. Alternatively, you can buy our merch. All the details are down below again. But I'm going to wrap this video up here. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care and bye.